What is up, everybody? It is me, DevilNeverCry, and we are back with another video on DMC5 Special Edition, to the surprise of absolutely no one. Today I want to talk about DMC5 Special Edition, the fact that the euphoria has now worn off and now we've got all these different details, and just player sentiment in general, and this vague sense of hope in the community that somehow Capcom are going to pull it out of the bag and pull out all these crazy DLC items. I don't know. We're going to get into that. As always, make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with everything and anything Devil May Cry, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out when new content drops. So getting straight into it, it's been a week since DMC5 SE was announced. As mentioned, the euphoria has worn off. We've got all these details. We know it's not coming to PC, which is a major disappointment. And people seem to think that Capcom somehow, miraculously, are going to have new things to announce at their TGS presser Sunday the 27th of September. Now, realistically, I wish this was the case. I really wish Capcom had something else to announce. People talking about a Ladies' Night DLC, people talking about new weapons, legacy weapons, new costumes, Virgil getting an entirely new campaign. But honestly, looking at the history of the series, looking at this announcement trailer, I honestly don't think that's the case. If Capcom had all these things, they would have come out with an absolute banger of a trailer, especially at Sony's event, which, millions viewed. It was, the main stage, essentially. If Capcom were going to announce something to get people hyped, it would have been there. But instead, we get a playable Virgil and some extra modes, which, again, taking a look at it in comparison to DMC4 Special Edition, is fairly bare bones. 4 Special Edition got 3 playable characters, or 1 very fleshed out character and 2 somewhat janky but still very playable characters, and we got some new costumes and of course a turbo mode for consoles. Taking a look back at 3 Special Edition, we got a playable Virgil and we got a Bloody Palace, and of course we actually got a couple of extra bosses. So even in comparison to 3, DMC5 Special Edition still looks very bare bones. So why might that be the case, considering that 5 was the best-selling and fastest-selling Devil May Cry? Well, this is an incredibly short turnaround, first of all, I guess, for a DMC5 Special Edition. I know DMC3 Special Edition launched the year after, but DMC4, there was a several year span between 4 and 4 Special Edition. Capcom wanted to, get this out the door because they got new projects to work on. I'd imagine, it didn't have the biggest of budgets, it didn't have the biggest of teams working on it, considering that Capcom have got plenty of titles coming up. Just announced we have 2 new Monster Hunters, Resident Evil 8 on the horizon, and some other unannounced, projects. Who knows what Itsuno is working on, but rumors suggest a Dragon's Dogma 2. And even though it's been a year and a half since 5 Vanilla dropped, a large chunk of that time was spent in a pandemic, and from what I've heard, the development of 5 SE was definitely affected by COVID, or the pandemic, or the coronavirus, whatever you prefer to call it. And of course there are the rumors and assumptions that perhaps there's a contractual obligation with Sony or Microsoft, or they don't want to spend money developing a PC version, but no doubt Capcom have decided to focus on some of the other titles which are most likely to make them a profit, which is understandable in this uncertain time. You got games there that sell more than DMC, so it makes sense to focus on them to a degree. As I said, you're still able to be a fan of something but be critical of it, so I'm definitely disappointed with the way things have gone with 5 Special Edition, but at this point it just is what it is. So I guess this video is here to just temper expectations in general. I've heard a lot of sentiments, and just a lot of people talking about a Ladies' Night DLC or, legacy weapons, things like that. A lot of people in my streams or in the comment section, which, these things are, entirely unfounded on fact. There is nothing that alludes to these being a thing. So just go into the Sunday event just with your expectations low. Best case scenario, you go in there with your expectations low and they get absolutely blown away when Capcom somehow pulls it out of the bag. But if I was a betting man, I definitely would not bet on it. I'd say the deck is definitely stacked against you, and at worst, you expect nothing and you get nothing other than what we've seen. It's a whole lot better than expecting something and just having your back blown out when what you want isn't necessarily there. Of course, it goes without saying, despite my disappointment, I will be picking up 5 Special Edition at launch. Many of you want to see me cover the game, many of you want to see me cover Legendary Dark Knight mode, a lot of you want to see me platinum the game again, which I will do. I'll stream me platinuming the entire game just like I did with 5 Vanilla. A lot of you who missed out on the rage that was S-ranking the entire game will get to see me do that, and of course those of you that saw it the first time will get to witness it all over again. But that will essentially bring us to the end of this video. Thank you for all the support on the DMC5 Special Edition videos. It's been great seeing a lot of people voice their support in the comments, seeing people subscribe. With all that said and done, it has been me, DevilNeverCry. I would like to thank all of you for watching, and as always, I'll see you all next video.